What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to review the movie The Long Walk, starring Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson. Now, if you recognize that David Johnson name, he just got cast as the new T'Challa in the MCU for Black Panther 3 a few days ago at Comic-Con. So I decided to watch this movie mainly to see some of his acting in the movie. And I'm just gonna say he's gonna be a terrific T'Challa, man. He's gonna be a terrific T'Challa. This movie also includes performances by um, Mark Hamill as well. So, yeah, like this movie really impressed me. The movie's directed by Francis Lawrence, the guy who directed the Keanu Reeves Constantine movie. He's directed a few Hunger Games movies. So he's very aware and very used to the nerd um s- circles, right? Because I would consider a Stephen King adaptation a nerd adaptation, right? So yeah, this movie was adapted from a Stephen King book called The Long Walk, and it focuses on Ray, played by Cooper Hoffman, and um Pete or Peter, played by David Johnson. This movie, it makes you feel all different types of emotions. These two guys, Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson, they carry this film on their back, bro. Yes, Mark Hamill's in it as well. Mark Hamill plays the villain in it, but like it's mainly a two-hander between David and Cooper here, like in terms of performances, because they're the two lead characters. And they do an incredible job. Like, the script of this movie is so well written. The performances, man, are so well done, right? Cooper Hoffman is also rumored for a Marvel Cinematic Universe role himself. He's rumored for it. They didn't announce that at Comic Con. David Johnson, they announced, is gonna be our new T'Challa in the MCU. So, um, and Cooper is a great actor as well. Like, this movie makes you feel all the feels. It's a, I would call it like a, yeah, I would call it like a thriller. Basically, the plot of a movie is every few years, and this is a like almost like a post-apocalyptic type society, like after, like, because they say in the movie that the human race went to war, and then the military basically took over after the war, and every few years they hold an event called the Long Walk. What the Long Walk is they choose 50 people, and our two leads of the film, Ray and Peter, are two of those 50 people, right? Um, they choose 50 people to do the long walk. What the long walk is they have to keep walking until there's only one person left. And if you stop walking, you get eliminated. You get killed by Mark Hamill's character. And um and this movie is like, it's not like super gory, but there is some gory scenes in it. Like, there's literally a scene where, like, you can literally see a guy, like, um you can literally see the bone of his foot. And when they start eliminating people, right? Because there can only be one, I guess you can say, winner or survivor, right? When they start eliminating people, those scenes are gory, but I would say this is mainly a drama. Like, you really feel for these characters. You really, like, this movie. You guys know one of my goals one day is to become an actor. This movie really inspired me as an actor because of the performances in it. And as I said, David Johnson is going to be a terrific T'Challa. right? I'm gonna review Alien Romulus at some point on this channel, and Alien Earth, right? So like, cause I fell behind on reviewing Alien Earth. I feel really bad for that, so I'm gonna catch up and review that, and then I'm gonna review the other performance that David Johnson is known for, which is Alien Romulus. So, um, but this guy, like, these two guys, Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson, are 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 incredible talents, man. Very incredible artists. And again, this movie inspired me as an actor, because you guys know one of my goals one day is to become an actor, and I love to act. I love to do all that stuff, right? And I never thought a movie where you're constantly moving, like they're constantly walking, because again, if they stop walking, they'll get eliminated, right? They're constantly walking, but the dialogue, the character development, performances are stellar in this film, right? And again, like, you at first, when they first start the walk, right? Because the, like, why it's called the long walk is you have to keep walking until there's only one person left, right? So 49 people get eliminated, right? And you have to keep walking until there's only one person left, and the one person that is left after the one person that is left is declared the winner, right? And you find out that Mark Hamill's villain character, the Colonel, right? That's his name, the Colonel, right? Killed Ray's father, right? That's why Ray wants to win the walk, because if Ray wins the walk, he isn't only given like a bunch of reward money, he's also given one wish, and he said, "I'm gonna wish to eliminate the Colonel, right? To change the world." And then Pete, David Johnson's character, is like, Pete's very optimistic and very like, he wants to make the world better with his wish, and make the world better if he wins the walk and wins the money and wins the wish, right? So and he's very, he convinces Ray off of that hill, right? But then Ray, I'm gonna spoil the end of a movie here. The whole movie is terrific, but as the movie goes on, it keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. Like, again, and like, Mark Hamill's in the film, but I wouldn't say like he's a main character. Yes, he's playing the villain, and yes, he has a screen presence, and I think he does a great job as this villain, right? But he's not like a main character. Like, he appears throughout the film to eliminate people, and to like flesh out Ray's backstory, because we, again, like, the reason Ray originally decided to do the long walk was so that he could get revenge on the Colonel, right? So and then you really start to see all these characters bond by throughout the movie, and when they start losing people, right, it really affects them, right? And you can see the anguish and the pain as they continue to lose people, and they know what's coming, right? The ending of the film is insane, bro. Like, so what happens at the end of a film, and again, big spoilers, I recommend you watch this film if you haven't seen it. And yeah, but the ending of the film is insane, bro. So basically, um, Pete, Peter, and Ray kind of become brothers at the kind of become like brothers in the film, right? They become really tight, right? Because they're walking together for 5, or how many days is it? Like 5, 6, 7 days straight, right? So they kind of become really tight, right? And so they support each other, and they make sure that the other one stays alive, right? But they both know that, like, once it gets down to the two of them, right? Um, somebody's gonna have to sacrifice themselves, unfortunately. So what happens is, Peter tries to sacrifice himself, but Ray saves him, and then Ray sacrifices himself, and it kind of, like, you can see in David Johnson's performance, it kind of breaks a part of, it kind of, like, takes a part of Peter's soul, and he's like, my he asks for a gun as his wish to kill the colonel. And I remind you that, um that that Peter convinced Ray to not kill the colonel, just take the money back to your mom, right? But after he sees his best friend die, that became like a brother to him, right? Um, Peter, right? After he sees his best friend die, and who became like a brother to him, right? Um, he decides to kill the colonel. And yeah, this movie is very, very, very good. Again, it inspired me as an actor. It inspired me as, uh, I really enjoyed the film. First of all, it inspired me as an actor, right? Because the script is so good, the performances are so good, and it's just, this movie is just so good. If you guys haven't watched it and you guys want to see a performance from David Johnson before he plays T'Challa, watch this. Go watch this movie. I would strongly, strongly, strongly recommend it. Again, it's based off of a Stephen King book. So, like, if you like films like It, or I haven't watched Welcome to Derry yet, but if you like Welcome to Derry or The Stand, you will probably really, really, really like this movie as well. It's a very sad movie because most of the people that are in the long walk are like, um kids or like young adults, right? And every time a character gets eliminated, or every time a person gets eliminated, you really feel it. And especially when Ray sacrifices himself so that Peter can win the bunny and the wish, you really see why that you really see why Peter decides to change his wish and um to kill the colonel, right? And Mark Hamill as the villain in this film. Like, Mark Hamill has played villains before. He's voiced the Joker in for 20 or for 30 something years, right? And he has played villains before, but bro, like, this performance, like, the Colonel is despicable in this film. What he does to some of the people to that he eliminates in this film are are awful, awful, awful things. Like, he literally runs over a guy with a tank. He shoots a guy's foot off. He like he's just a despicable guy. So at the end of the film, you see why Peter decides, and you see why Peter decides to to kill the colonel, right? And again, this film is really, really good. It really moved me, man. Like, it moved me, and it didn't bring me to tears, but it almost did. Like, when they got to, like, almost the end of a movie and some of the big deaths start to happen, and then when Ray sacrificed himself so that Peter could win the walk, right? And stuff like that, you're well, I was at least screaming. Well, I wasn't screaming, but I was like, no. And what, like, that's why I say some of the most important things, like, But two most important things in a film or a TV series or in a play or in a audio book or in a video game. Well, video game, there's three most important things. There's gameplay, script, and performances of the characters. I would say the two most important things in a movie, TV show, stage play, one of those mediums is the writing of the script and the performances of the actors. And again, I really enjoyed this film as a fan. This film inspired me as an actor because the acting performances are so good in it as well, and I would strongly, strongly, strongly recommend you go check this film out if you haven't. It's available on streaming now. It's available on Crave in Canada, and I don't know where it's available in the U.S. But yeah, this film is something special. Um, and I would strongly recommend watching it. And yeah, again, as I said, David Johnson is gonna be a terrific T'Challa when we get to see him in Black Panther 3. So yeah, thank y'all so much for all your support, and I hope you have a great day. And God bless you guys.